The one thing I'll give him credit on is this bonuses to troops. He's giving them basically $1,700.
Let's see if they get that.
Well,
I want to see
where
the money coming from.
He says tariff revenue. That's what I'm most intrigued to see if that's actually the case. Listen, coming off of the government shutdown.
I got to check that with Professor ChatGPT because I don't believe that.
Well, in the delay that they all had, they got back pay, but I mean, people need help, but all Americans need help right now.
Yeah.
And just a handout isn't the answer. Smart policies are the answer.
Well, what he's doing is he's thinking, if I make sure that the soldiers have what they need, they'll back me in what I want. See?
A historic gesture met with immediate cynicism. President Trump honors the troops with a symbolic gift, but the media elite sees only a transactional shadow play. The divide deepens. In the final weeks of 2025, a significant movement within the halls of the Pentagon reached its climax. The Warrior Dividend, a one-time payment of $1,776, was authorized for over 1 million active duty service members. The number itself is no coincidence. It is a direct homage to the year of our nation's founding, a reminder of the sacred duty shared by those who wear the uniform. Funding for this massive morale boost was sourced through a strategic repurposing of military housing aid and the strategic application of tariff revenue. To the administration, it was a long overdue thank you, a way to ensure our protectors enjoyed a prosperous Christmas season with their families. The move was designed to signal a return to traditional American values, prioritizing the welfare of the soldier over foreign entanglements. It was an olive branch to a force that has weathered years of shifting social policies, a clear message that their service is once again the priority of the commander-in-chief. However, in the air-conditioned studios of Manhattan, the atmosphere was far from festive. The co-hosts of The View sat surrounded by glowing ornaments and artificial garlands, but their focus was on dismantling the intent behind the bonus. While some at the table offered a measured acknowledgement of the president's action, the mood shifted when the conversation turned to Whoopi Goldberg. She did not see a gift. She saw a calculated move to secure loyalty through financial means. The suggestion was clear, that the American soldier's dedication could be purchased. She hypothesized that the president's true aim was to ensure that the military would back his future directives without question, implying a transaction where duty is traded for a check. This narrative suggests a profound lack of understanding regarding the oath of enlistment. It frames our service members not as patriots, but as mercenaries who can be swayed by a holiday bonus. The investigative eye sees a pattern here, a consistent effort to cast patriotic gestures as something sinister. The reaction from the American public was swift, and it was unforgiving. On digital platforms, veterans and citizens alike voiced their intense opposition to the rhetoric displayed on the program. Many pointed out a fundamental truth that the media elite often ignores. The military's loyalty is to the Constitution, not a paycheck. The mockery directed at the studio hosts was based on a perceived systemic failure to grasp how the military hierarchy actually functions. Critics describe the reasoning as lacking in depth, a low-intelligence approach to a complex relationship between a leader and his troops. The sentiment across the heartland was one of outrage, that a gesture meant to help military families during a period of economic transition would be labeled as a form of conditioning. This disconnect highlights the growing chasm between the working-class patriot and the media figures who claim to speak for them. The fallout continues to grow as more Americans demand a return to respect for the uniform and an end to the cynical deconstruction of national gratitude. What we are witnessing is more than just a debate over a bonus. It is a conflict of worldviews. On one side, an administration attempting to rebuild the martial spirit of the nation through direct support and symbolic recognition. On the other, a media establishment that views the military with a mixture of suspicion and condescension. The warrior dividend will be paid, and the families of our service members will benefit from the relief it provides. But the words spoken in that Manhattan studio will linger, serving as a reminder of the cultural divide that remains. The American soldier does not serve for the dividend. They serve for the flag, for their families, and for the liberty we all enjoy. To suggest otherwise is to ignore 2.5 centuries of sacrifice. As the year draws to a close, the lines are drawn. We will continue to monitor this ongoing struggle for the soul of our national institutions. The truth remains. Loyalty cannot be bought. It is earned through respect and shared purpose.